LTC, we start with 1 hour chart. If you refer to my last video when the price was here, I mentioned if you want to look for buy, we need to get the correction, deeper correction before we take the trade setup. Now, as we can see, the price drop. Now the question is how deep it can go. Whether we can consider this is relative to this for the next move, or still this one is a part of this correction. We can get one more up to finish this, then we get the bigger correction. Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter which option is that. What we want to see how deep it can go before we can look for buy, and what I can expect the price can be dropped within this range. That means this one can continue, and within this range even can test this one before we get the up. Whether this one can continue and retest this low, I think the possibility is very rare. I mean, it's very low. We don't expect that it may happen. Okay, but our expectation is the price can drop, even can come to this low before we look for buy. Okay, that's why if we want to buy, we get the buy, we have to get the trade setup. And if this one drop a bit more, can give us a better trade setup before we look for buy. Because if what we have here, if this one continue, the only way we can look for buy, we wait for the breakout flag, then we take the trade. Okay, that's mean if I move to 15 minutes. All right, as we can see, the price is dropping every time it's giving the correction for one next move. This one can continue. Anyone wants to sell based on the small correction, it depends on them. But for us, we want to drop, then with the first sharp flag, we take the buy. Okay, now again, we don't have any trade setup. We're looking for buy. The only thing is we want to see how deep this one can go. How about if I put my trend line here? Can we expect the price, this one can drop, tag this trend line before continue? Also, we can put it, but in that way, this one will be in relative to this. But what I suggest, we don't care about this. We just wait, we see how deep this one can go, and the first pullback, we take the trade to the stop. Okay, and now we move to daily chart. Okay, based on daily chart, see, we have been within this correction, and even when the price was within this range, I put this trend line, this line here, which is the price is 255. I mentioned that after the breakout of this, I'm expecting somewhere above this, we get bigger correction similar to what we have here before we get the continuation. Okay, now the thing is, we need the price to break this one. Then after that, we should be aware for the bigger correction. Okay, this is what we think, and we are not sure whether we get or not. At least we need to be aware of that. All right, that means if I move to forward chart, just now based on 1 hour chart, we were talking about this. That's why we mentioned we get the deeper correction. We get the, if we get any trade setup, we take it, and what our target is the price come to 255. Then after that, maybe we will have a bigger correction in relative of this. That means we will be within the correction for the longer time before we get the next move. This is the analysis based on the chart, but it doesn't mean we have to get, maybe we don't get it. The reason I'm mentioning these things is after this, if we get the buy setup, the price break this line, then if it is not moving fast, is we have a correction, it's in moving term of the corrective, then any buy we should, when we take, we should have a proper trade setup in case we will stay in the, longer time we will be within the correction. And if I move to 1 hour chart again, the only things we're looking for buy, let this one drop a bit more, then any buy we take, as long as the price come to this top, we start to manage it, and our target is the breakout to 255. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any changes, then I'll update and I will share on YouTube. Thanks.